Hello everyone, welcome to the workbook. Let's read our question. It says, find R if 5 times 4pr is equal to 6 times 5pr minus 1. So let's understand what the question is asking from us. We are given one equation and it has one unknown variable r, and we have to determine the value of r. Okay, so let's write down what is given to us. Given 5 times 4pr is equal to 6 times 5pr minus 1. So this is a simple question. It will be solved by one formula. This is the formula. NPR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Here n and r, these can be any non-negative integer. That means their values can be any positive integer or 0. And there is one more condition. The value of r, it has to be less than equal to n. Why this condition? Because this notation, it simply means arranging r things in n places. And we cannot arrange more than n things in n places. That's why this condition. Okay. So let's begin our solution. We will expand the expressions on the LHS and RHS by this formula. So LHS becomes 5 times 4 factorial divided by 4 minus r factorial, and RHS becomes 6 times 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 5 r minus 1 factorial. Okay. Now we'll solve it further. LHS becomes 5 into 4 factorial divided by 4 minus r factorial, and RHS becomes 6 multiplied by 5 factorial divided by 5 minus of minus 1 is plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Minus of r is minus r. 6 minus r factorial. Okay. Now 5 into 4 factorial is 5 factorial. So LHS becomes 5 factorial divided by 4 minus r factorial. And RHS becomes 6 into 5 factorial divided by 6 minus r factorial. So you can see there is a common term 5 factorial. It is being multiplied on both sides of the equation. So these terms will get cancelled out. We'll bring this 5 factorial to the LHS and also this 6 minus r factorial to the LHS. So LHS becomes 5 factorial into 6 minus r factorial divided by 5 factorial into 4 minus r factorial. And the RHS becomes 6. So solving it further, 5 factorial by 5 factorial is 1. 1 into, we'll expand this also. It will become 6 minus r into 5 minus r into 4 minus r factorial. And the denominator is 4 minus r factorial. RHS is 6. So you see, again there is one common term 4 minus r factorial. It is being multiplied on both sides of the fraction. These terms will get cancelled out. Finally, on the LHS, we'll have 6 minus r multiplied by 5 minus r. RHS is 6. So we'll multiply these two terms. 6 into 5 is 30. 6 into minus r is minus 6r. Minus r into 5 is minus 5r. Minus r into minus r is r square. RHS is 6. So we'll rearrange the terms again. On the LHS, we'll have r square. We'll add these two terms. Minus 11r plus 30 is equal to 6. We'll bring this 6 also to the RHS, to the LHS. LHS becomes R square minus 11R plus 30 minus 6 is equal to 0. Solving it further, we get R square minus 11R plus 24 is equal to 0. Now this is a simple quadratic equation. We know how to solve a quadratic equation. We split the middle term in such a way that the splitted two terms, if we add them, we get this term, and if we multiply them, we get this term. So by observation, we see this can be written as minus 3R and minus 11R, and minus 3 into, minus 8R, let me correct it, minus 11R can be written as minus 3R and minus 8R, and minus 3 into minus 8 is plus 24. So our equation can be expressed like this. Finally, we'll take R common from these two terms. This is what we'll get, R into R minus 3, and we'll take minus 8 common from these two terms. And again inside the bracket, we'll get R minus 3. RHS is 0. So we'll take R minus 3 common from these, and inside the second bracket, we'll have R minus 8 remaining. Finally, we'll have two values of R minus 3 equals to 0 and R minus 8 equals to 0. These are the two equations we'll get by solving this equation. Finally, R will have two values, R equals to 3 and R equals to 8. So while explaining what permutation is, I had explained that the value of R has to be less than n. This was our question, right? 5 times 4pr is equals to 6 times 5pr minus 1. So as per this notation, 4pr, the value of r has to be less than or equal to 4. And as per this notation, 5pr minus 1, the value of r minus 1 has to be less than or equal to 5, or r has to be less than or equal to 6. Okay. So these were the two values of r as 3 and r as 8. So you see, r as 8, it does not satisfy this condition, it does not satisfy this condition also. And r equals to 3, it is less than or equal, it satisfies this condition, r less than equal to 4, and it also satisfies this condition, r less than equal to 6. Alright, therefore our final value of r will be 3. Let's write down our answer in a proper notation. Answer, the value of r is 3. I hope you understood the solution. Thank you.